Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and NewsChannel 5.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast today. You know, the annual Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy benefit takes place on Sunday, May the 17th. Nolana Price and Yvonne Pointer are here to tell us all about that event. Then we will hear from the Executive Director of the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center, Dr. Janelle Vick. And later on the broadcast today, Mary Kay Maculin of the Pancreatic Action Network and two-time pancreatic cancer survivor, John Vanessel, will tell us about this year's Purple Stride event. Good morning, everyone. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with two good folks here we have known for many, many years. Yvonne Pointer, seated right next to me. She's head of the Gloria Pointer Teen Movement, and Nolana Price of Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy annual celebrity hair and fashion show. Good to have you both with us today.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, you guys kind of coordinated in your family. I know that you kind of got the, I guess that's the animal print or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we're one.
We're right, we're one.
Yeah,
fashion ready.
Well, good to have you with us. Talking about fashion with Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy. First off, what is Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy?
Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy is a benefit fashion show. We've been around, this is our 17th annual benefit fashion show. So we basically will put on a hair and fashion local celebrities and radio personalities, and we hit the runway and have a good time.
Hit the runway and have a good time. Everybody's on the runway looking good.
A party with a purpose.
Party, yes, and local hairstyles.
And you're raising money for the Gloria Pointer Teen Movement.
Yes, we are.
And Yvonne Pointer, you run the Gloria Pointer,
yes,
named
absolutely.
In memory of your daughter, Gloria, who was taken away from us violently, more than 30 years ago, I suppose.
Yes, and I'm excited about being the beneficiary of this annual event. I was excited when they approached me and said they wanted to help with the work that we're doing in Africa, and I said, yes, this is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, what are you doing in Africa now?
Well, we have built a school, the Gloria Pointer Teen Movement International Center in the village of Antakwa in the Elmina region. And so we'll be going to Ghana in August for the grand opening, and it's through organizations like Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy that's helping to not only with the school but to help to fund the trip.
Yeah, and this you named the Gloria Pointer in memory of your daughter.
Yes, absolutely. Her homicide not only benefits youth locally but as far away as Africa.
And ever since the early 1980s when she was killed right here on the streets of Cleveland, you have been involved in working for peace and worthwhile things like that.
By God's grace, that's all I can say, by God's grace.
That's why she's one of your beneficiaries for the Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy event. Tell us about that event now. I know it's going to be Sunday, May 17th at the Music Box Supper Club at 1148 Main Avenue. That's in the West Bank of the Flats. What's going to happen at this event now?
At this event, we're going to have live entertainment. We're going to have fashion. We're going to also have hair presentations by a local salon stylists, and so this is going to just be a great event. A lot of our local news staff will be hitting the runway and having a great time. Usually when they hit the runway, the whole runway almost blows up because they have so much fun.
It's always fun, and I've participated in events like that.
You've modeled
I've done it for years.
Yeah.
But it's always a fun time.
Yes.
But you're raising money for a worthwhile organization.
That is exactly true.
Why do you need people to support this? What do you tell people?
We need this support because we're trying to make a movement. Mrs. Pointer stands for something so powerful, and it's so important that we come together on one accord as a community and do something for one another so that we can move forward. It's always about forward progress. And if you can have fun doing that and also uplift other people, that's what it's about. And that's what Cool, Smooth, and Jazzy stands for.
Yeah.
And it's more than just a fun time, it's a purpose behind it. The vision that Tony Owens had along with Tonda Lanton and Zoom, Richard Scott Zoom, it was just something bigger. And now we see that because it's going all the way over to Ghana now.
Yeah, all the way over to Ghana.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're doing things in this country too, as well.
Absolutely. We have a Gloria Pointer Scholarship Fund right here at college now. For the last 19 years, we've been providing scholarships. So a lot of times people say to me, why Africa when there's so much need here? And I say to those people, what are you doing? You know, it's not about why am I doing this. And we do things locally. We help with organizations, but we're not limited to just America. It's great work to be done in Africa as well.
Is that some information you brought along?
Yes, it is.
Slide that to me.
I sure
We'll
can.
take a look at that. And this is what it's going to be about. Maybe we can get a shot of that of some of the people who are going to be involved in this event, because it's always a fun time.
Yes, it
yeah.
is.
And it is to benefit a wonderful organization. So there's a very serious piece to this, too.
And every year they recognize various organizations,
Yes,
and you know, so we're just elated to have been selected this year. But they've helped some wonderful organizations in the past.
I wish I could be with you on this one. I know you've got a lot of good folks who are going to be there, and I wish I could be there, but we got some Channel 5 people who are going to be there. Terrence Lee, our good friend, is going to be involved, and some other people perhaps from Channel 5, and some people from Channel 3 and Channel 8 and Channel 19. All there's my good friend Harry Boomer there, and Wayne Dawson. We all work together, although we work at different television stations. We all work together to benefit worthwhile organizations like yours.
Yes, thank you so much.
That's
There's unity in the media community.
Yeah. I like that. Maybe we'll write that down. We can use it. We'll make a promo. All the stations in town will use that as a promo. Yvonne Pointer, just one of the talented people, one of the true great Americans in this city, Yvonne Pointer.
Thank you, Leon.
And we are so glad to be involved.
We appreciate you as well. You're outstanding.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you're outstanding.
It's a love fest. Don't mind us. We've got a love fest. Yvonne Pointer, head of the Gloria Pointer Teen Movement, and Nolana Price, cool, smooth, and jazzy. She's talking about the annual Celebrity Hair and Fashion Show. Once again, it's going to be Sunday, May the 17th at the Music Box Supper Club. That's at 1148 Main Avenue in the West Bank of the Flats, right next door to Shooters. And I see your tickets are $30.
Yes, they are. General admission.
And you can get a VIP thing for $50. That means you get something extra there.
Yes.
And I put a phone number on the screen there, 216-374-6452, or go to coolsmoothandjazzy.com.
Yes.
We all want to be cool, smooth, and jazzy.
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
I used to be that.
You are.
I opened up a can of worms. Fishing for a compliment. Thank you, ladies.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Leon.
Good to see you. Cool, smooth, and jazzy. We're going to take a break. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about commemorating Better Hearing and Speech Month with the head of the organization that is really promoting that. You will hear from her after we do this first. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. As always, glad to have you with me today. May is Better Hearing and Speech Month, and with me is the new Executive Director of the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center, Dr. Janelle Vick. She's here to tell us about the programs and services of the center and what to expect during the commemoration of Better Hearing and Speech Month. Good to have you here, Dr. Janelle Vick.
Thank you so much, Leon. It's a pleasure.
Oh, pleasure is mine. Things are going well, I would imagine, over at the Speech and Hearing Center in Cleveland?
It's going great. Yeah. I've been there about 7 weeks, and it's a real honor to step up after Bernard Henry's retirement. 26 great years of service.
I worked with him for many years. He has been on this broadcast many times, and we expect to have you here many times,
I would love to. Thank you.
Over the next 26 years.
Absolutely.
If I'm still here doing it. But I'm just pleased to have you here. Tell me a little bit about the services that the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center provides.
The focus of our services, Leon, is to help people who have communication disorders. So communication, you can imagine, is what we're doing right now. We're exchanging information. And a communication disorder is anything that would impair that. So if I, as the speaker, had difficulty producing a voice or shaping the sounds, or if I stuttered, it would make it difficult for you to understand what I was saying. And you, as a listener, if you couldn't hear, or even more centrally, if you had a brain problem that made it difficult to understand, that would break down our exchange of information. So at the center, we attempt to provide services to people who have disorders across any one of those spectrum of disorders that make it difficult to communicate.
I know it's a whole lot that you do, but give me a thumbnail sketch of how you would approach somebody with a communication disorder. Where would you begin?
Well, one of my favorite programs that we offer is called our Parent-Toddler program. A lot of parents don't recognize that there's early signs of a speech or a language problem in a child, and often that comes in the shape of not even speaking. And so we have a program for those children who are still toddlers, and it's a play-based environment, so we have individual goals for these children in the social group, and our clinicians work with them maybe on producing a single word to express what they want, or a sign to say more snacks, or maybe it's to put 2 words together. And we also teach the parents in that environment for how to stimulate speech and language at home. home.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ways that we really help, is identifying children as early as possible, because as early as you can identify it, that means that the treatment is going to be shorter and less expensive. It means that academic outcomes will be better, because children who struggle with speech and language have difficulty with reading and writing.
And those are some of the long-term disorders that we see.
Absolutely.
And that can go all the way through life.
Yeah, imagine how difficult it is to be part of the workforce when you have difficulty with language, reading or writing.
So can people link up with the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center and just get on the right pathway?
Absolutely.
Get in the pipeline.
Absolutely. A big part of May is Better Hearing and Speech Month is raising awareness. So many people aren't aware that if you are struggling with a difficulty hearing, you can come and be assessed and evaluated for a hearing aid, and we can really customize the service that you get as a hearing aid recipient here at our center. If you've had a stroke and you have difficulty with language, it's so isolating for that person, so lonely to not be able to express themselves, and so lonely for their spouse and their family to not know what they want to say and be able to communicate with them. And we provide services for individuals just like that to really help. So the idea of May is Better Hearing and Speech Month is to help everybody be an advocate for individuals who struggle with communication.
Where are you headquartered?
We are in University Circle. We have a beautiful new building. It was built in 2009. So we're right next to the old Euclid Tavern, which is now Happy Dog. Have you been down with all the new development?
I've been to the old building. I was at the old building right there at the corner of
it was
over by University Hospital.
Exactly. Yeah.
I forget the name of those short streets. Cornell.
Yeah.
Right there. But now you're what's your address now?
We're at 11635 Euclid Avenue.
Right down the street.
So we're a little further down. And University Circle has transformed even in the past 5 years. It's unbelievable. So now it's kind of an epicenter of entertainment. There's extraordinary restaurants. There's a bowling alley. Crop Kitchen has just opened. It's just excellent what's going on, and we're in the center of it all. We feel like an anchor.
It is one of my favorite places in all of the world, Cleveland's University Circle. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Just drop me off there and come get me 8 hours later.
Well, be sure to stop by for a tour or a free hearing screening.
I will do that. Let me put a phone number on the screen here where people can get more information and they can call your office.
Absolutely.
If they
anytime. We'd love to talk with you.
It is 216-231-8787, as you see at the bottom of the screen, or you can go to chsc.org, Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center.
That's right.
You're new on the job as new executive director, but you come with a wealth of knowledge. You were telling me you're a professor over at Case Western Reserve University.
I'm also an assistant professor at Case Western Reserve University.
And you teach speech.
I do. We have a program to train master's level speech language pathologists, and we also have an undergraduate program in communication sciences.
What's your vision in our final 30 seconds? What's your vision for the center now?
You know, my vision, Leon, is last year we saw almost 6,000 individuals at our center, but that's just scraping the surface off of the number of individuals in Cleveland who are struggling with communication disorders. My vision is to be able to see more people, and we can reach people using technology. We can serve people with more severe disorders with technology. So I'm very technology driven, and that's my vision, is to expand the scope of our services and the number of people we can serve using technology.
Well, Janelle Vick, PhD, Executive Director of the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center, we welcome you to your new position, although you've been around Cleveland for a long time, going to school here and all of that.
Just a while,
but we welcome you to your new job. Tell everybody over at the Speech and Hearing Center we said hello.
We sure will, Bernard especially.
Yeah, Bernard Henry.
All right.
We worked with him many, many years. Many years. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Janelle Vick of the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center. It's at 11635 Euclid Avenue.
Absolutely.
Phone number is 231-8787 in the 216 area code. Many thanks.
Many thanks to you.
Taking a break, this is Kaleidoscope. In a moment, we'll talk about the annual Purple Stride Walk. I'm Leon Bibb. I'll be back after these words, especially for you. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Good to have you with us. The Pancreatic Cancer Action Network hosts its annual Purple Stride event, as it's called, in Cleveland, Saturday, June the 13th. Volunteer Mary Kay Macklin and two-time pancreatic cancer survivor John Vanessel are both here to tell us about this event. Good to have you with us, Mary Kay.
Thank you for having us.
John.
Thank you.
Tell me about the, Mary Kay, the mission of the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network.
The mission of the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network is to support patients and provide hope by funding research, providing free patient services, and advocating with the government for a cure.
And I know that we are talking a lot about pancreatic cancer, certainly in the last several years or so. What are the symptoms, or are there symptoms that we can see easily?
There are symptoms. Unfortunately, they are not seen easily. They're very vague. It's middle back pain, changes in your digestion. A lot of times when people finally go to the doctor, it's because they become jaundice and their skin and the whites in their eyes start to turn yellow.
Yeah, so I know we're going to have a big walk and a run to talk about raising money and awareness of this, and we're going to get to that in just a moment. But I want to bring in John Van Essel into the conversation. John, you are a two-time pancreatic cancer survivor.
Yes, I am.
How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling very well, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the two-time pancreatic cancer survivor.
I was first diagnosed in 2005, followed by surgery and chemotherapy and radiation. And then again in 2014, I was diagnosed again and was on chemotherapy for 8.5 months.
And you are feeling pretty good right now?
I'm feeling very well.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
So there is life, even with dealing with a pancreatic cancer diagnosis.
I think because it was diagnosed very early. I had a wonderful physician who saw something wrong in my blood work, sent me for an endoscopic exam, and that told the tale.
You jumped on it quickly.
Quickly.
That's key, isn't it, Mary Kay?
It
But
is.
I had no symptoms.
No
Sorry.
symptoms?
No.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
It just popped up when you were doing general blood work.
With my yearly physical.
That says something right there. There's a lesson right there.
Right.
And we're talking, his was caught early.
Right, and unfortunately, that's the rare case. It's usually caught in late stages because, like John said, he had no symptoms. Most people don't have symptoms until it starts to advance or spread or metastasize to other organs. And that's the problem with this. And there's no early detection tool.
Yeah.
And we're working towards changing that.
So we're raising awareness about this too. You want to talk about the Purple Stride Walk, which is you set up for Saturday, June the 13th.
Yes.
Tell me about this. This is to raise awareness and to raise some money.
Correct. Purple Stride Cleveland 2015 is being presented by Strategic Real Estate Coach this year. It is a 5K or family fun walk for 1.5 miles if you don't want to run. And we raise funds and awareness to fight this disease.
My notes tell me you're going to begin at Voinovich Park.
We are. On-site registration starts at 7 a.m. that morning, and then the festivities will kick off about 8:30 a.m. But you can register online early, so you don't have to stand in line that morning, which we prefer.
Yeah, and that's going to be Saturday, June the 13th, and you start at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Correct.
And there's a discount code if somebody...
There is. For the next 24 hours from the show airing, if you use the discount code PR2015, you'll get $10 off your registration.
That's by going to your website, right?
Correct.
purplestride.org/Cleveland. purplestride.org/Cleveland. We've got that on the screen. And by the way, Voinovich Park is in downtown Cleveland. It's at the foot of East 9th Street. You get on East 9th Street, you go all the way to Lake Erie, you're there. You cannot go any further once you get to the end of the pier. You're at Lake Erie, you're also at Voinovich Park.
Correct.
You see everybody there. You're going to be involved in this. Why is this so vital for you, John? Not only your story, but to get your story out to other people.
It's so important because having been a member of the Pancreatic Cancer Network here in Cleveland since 2006, I believe, I've met many wonderful people, and at that time were survivors. And unfortunately, many of them are gone now.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to me. You know, I've often wondered, well, why am I still here and they're not? And I suspect that may be what cancer survivors say to themselves. But maybe this is the reason I'm here, to be on your show, to let people know that that you can survive. And I will walk the walk this year. I didn't last year. I was in the middle of chemotherapy and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but you'll walk this year.
I will.
You are still here because God wants you to be here to
He
tell
certainly
your story.
does. Prayer is very important.
True.
Right.
Okay.
Very true.
Mary Kay Maculin, volunteer with Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, and John A. Van Essel, who is a two-time pancreatic cancer survivor. We wish you well. And especially you, John. We wish you both well, but
Thank
you know
you
what I'm
so
saying.
much.
And God bless you for being on the broadcast, and we wish you nothing but luck. Once again, it's going to be Saturday, June the 13th at Voinovich Park, which is East 9th Street and Lake Erie, right behind the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Starts at 7 o'clock, and they're going to have a 5K walk and run and just good times all the way around.
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thank you for having us, Leon.
Thank you.
I'm taking a break. I'll be right back. Marcia Maccabee of the Urban League will have some thoughts of hers, as she always has this time of the day. I'll be back in a moment. Morning Exchange segment. That means Marcia Maccabee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. What are you thinking about today, Marcia?
Oh, wow, Leon, just thinking about so many great things. We've had such a great broadcast today, and as you mentioned before we went on air, so inspiring, so many inspiring things. And so I've been thinking about family a lot. You know, Mother's Day is around this time of year and all the things. So I want to talk about June 20th, Saturday, June 20th, which is going to be the Saturday before Father's Day. And the Urban League is partnering with the Fishing Foundation to do a Fishing with Dads Day at Rockefeller Pond on that day.
In University Circle.
Yes, yes. So we're very excited. We have a number of folks partnering with us, Cleveland Metro Parks, Walmart, many other organizations partnering with us to make that day really fun for fathers and sons, grandfathers, or big brothers that come with them, you know, but just a day of family fun.
We got to remember fathers. Mothers get a big thing. Mothers get a big thing.
We do.
Yeah, you do. And dads always say, well, don't forget dear old dad, because she's not a mother without me.
That's
you know,
exactly right.
So that's how it works. So you're really talking about family and the importance of families in general, and fathers especially.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I had a wonderful father, Leon, myself.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody, fathers are important for boys, but they're also important for girls, because I learned what it was really like to be in a relationship with a man by having a wonderful father.
Yeah, it's all important.
So it's important.
I've got two daughters. We've got two grown daughters, and they always say, Dad, you're the guy. Well,
so we're going to give more details next time about the date and all that stuff, but we want to tee that up today.
Okay. We got to go. Take care. Yeah, you're absolutely right about Father's Day being important and Mother's Day.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.